Hello, I'm Jacqueline Ortiz, the Self Love Diva, and I have time real quick to give an extraordinary tip on how you create an extraordinary life for yourself. And today we're talking about healthy boundaries. How many of us have weak boundaries or no boundaries or blurry boundaries that people don't know where they stand? That used to be me. I used to have weak boundaries or no boundaries. And the point is that we need to own it, because if we don't have boundaries, people cross over those boundaries and then we get upset. However, we need to own the fact that we train people how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves and the way we tell them, or lack thereof, of the boundaries that we have. So if people are crossing our boundaries, it's because in the past we have allowed that to be. We have trained them to teach us to treat us that way. So if we're always saying yes, yes, yes to everything they ask of us, then they expect a yes. And then if they don't get a yes, and let's say one day we decide to do a boundary check and we're like, no, 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 they're like, whoa. They're not used to that because they're used to always getting their way with us because we allowed it. So we train them that way. So now we get to retrain them in the way that is healthy and respects our boundaries. But first, we need to get crystal clear on our boundaries, what our boundaries are and why. Then we need to communicate our boundaries to the other person. No blame, no game. We allowed it, so now we get to own it. And how that works is the 3 C's. We get to get crystal clear on our boundary and why it's so important to us, which we'll understand that it's very important why. If we ever get feedback, we could explain to them why our healthy boundary is so important to us. Second, number 2C is communicate. Clearly communicate your boundary. And how that looks like, again, no blame, no game. We allowed it in the past, so now we need to communicate to them clearly. So if we get any pushback from them, we get to explain to them that I'm sorry if in the past I didn't explain to you, or I didn't tell you, I didn't communicate my boundary. However, going forward, this is my new boundary. And you say in a way that's not attacking, argumentative, confrontational, or frustrating. Instead, no blame, no game. We allowed it, so we get to own it. And in a responsible, emotionally mature way, we get to tell them and communicate clearly what our new boundary is. Then number 3 is to commit. Commit to our boundaries. So if they cross our boundaries, we get to tell them, hey, this is my new boundary and it's very important to me and please respect it. So we get to commit, because in the beginning they are not aware, or they may not remember, or they're not used to your new you and your new boundaries, or you becoming assertive and expressing your boundaries. So it may take a little bit of time for them to get used to it. However, it's very important that you commit to it. And if they step out of line, or if they not respecting your healthy boundary, that you again communicate it. So you go back to number 1. You clearly state your boundary again and why it's so important to you. Then number 2, you communicate. And number 3, you commit to keeping by it and standing by your new boundaries. Very important that you stand by in your commitment to stick by your boundaries. So that is my tidbit for today. And if you like this video, please like and comment, and sharing is caring, so please share. And I have created an amazing, extraordinary you program to help you with boundaries and the ego and the subconscious and everything in between, so you can deeply, madly fall in love with yourself and then create a loving relationship with yourself and others. So if you'd like to know more about the program, I'll put the link below. But in the meantime, I love you.